Hello everyone, this is Mac with IC Cup TV, bringing you another game from the Global Gamers Invitational round of 128. This game is between PainUser, our yellow Terran, and his opponent Mark, the purple Protoss. Once again, this tournament is sponsored by iFixit, who has donated $2,000 to the cause, and the Handsome Nerd supplying many t-shirts to all of our top finishers, as well as our best noob, and Esports United, who has, through Intel, provided three very nice processors and motherboard packages for the top three winners, so a very large prize pool for all of our contestants. Now, this is the qualifying round of 128. The first round will be best of one, but starting very soon we will be covering the best of three round of 64. We're just trying to pick and choose the best games we can, given that there aren't enough casters to cover all these games, so many being played, but we are going to get out as many as is possible. So without further ado, let us get into this game. PainUser against Mark. Look at the production and income, not much going on, but we should start seeing some early scouting and perhaps some early interesting building placements. Just a standard barracks and supply depot wall off from PainUser. Meanwhile, his opponent, nothing special, not walling off, which is very smart play against Terran. Don't really need to wall off. If Reapers harass, you are exposed and undefended, and it's actually not good to hold a choke point against Terran because they have all ranged units, and you want your Zealots to be able to engage. So he knows what he's doing, this Mark guy. He's no slouch, chrono boosting nicely on his probes, not missing a beat there. It looks like his scouting probe took the long way around. This was probably the pylon probe. So unfortunately not going to get here until the wall off probably started, so he won't get a good scout in on his opponent. PainUser meanwhile looks like he is playing very standard build, getting his orbital command the moment that barracks is done, and probably going to get a supply depot just in time to block this probe. Looks like not. He is a little bit slow on building that supply depot, opted for a second refinery first, and so the probe got inside and got a good look around, sees that second refinery probably. Let's see if he picked that up. He did pick it up, so he's probably aware of some kind of gas-intensive build, probably the infamous 111, probably going to get a factory and a starport down. That is a factory down for PainUser, so he is going to be opening up some tech options, or maybe making an early siege tank push, not really sure, but let's keep following that. And we do have an interesting pylon placement here from Mark. This, to me, suggests he's planning to lay down some sort of fancy technology down in this corner. Terrans will always scan this location, so seeing early pylons in this area of the base to me suggests he is planning to lay on some hidden tech. So we'll see what he does with that. PainUser meanwhile is playing fairly standard 1-1-1, getting his reactor down for the barracks, gives him an option to switch buildings out if he wants, and his factory almost complete. We'll see what comes out of there. Sensible placement of a bunker there, so I guess this really does suggest 1-1-1 play. Getting that bunker down is very useful, especially given that if you get 4-gated or something as Terran, you're very exposed for wasting all those resources on tech buildings like a factory, and we might be seeing a starport. And there is a tech building coming down early. There is a Twilight Council from Mark hidden in this corner, not that far. This might get scanned if scans get down at all, but this is probably either for Blink Harass or maybe early Templar tech. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Blink. Very easy to blink up with observer support onto this cliff with stalkers. Very good against Terran. These are very large bases, so siege tanks here will not protect SCVs here, so you can do some nice harass. But I am wrong. There is a Dark Shrine down for Mark. He will have to wait a good long while for this to complete, but he is going to try and cheese this pro player PainUser and see if he can't catch him with his pants down with a few Dark Templar. Of course, Terran are really well equipped to deal with Dark Templar. Not quite as good as Protoss, since observers are just everywhere, but laying down a few missile turrets and producing any Ravens out of Starport, as well as scans from normal command, all of these really give him lots of options. So the only way this Dark Templar cheese, if you will be successful is if he has no turrets down and not enough energy for scans and no Ravens. But we are getting an early tech lab, so I wouldn't be surprised if there will be an early Raven. That is pretty standard from this build from Terran. Another scouting probe coming down, and I don't think there is a expansion, and this hasn't been detected yet by PainUser, but he is sending a scout as we speak, so he's certainly going to see this fast expansion from the Protoss player. Only 3 gateways at this point in time, so both players not playing very aggressively, but we might see an attempt. The Dark Shrine is now up, and there immediately 3 Dark Templar. Meanwhile, not a Raven, but a Banshee coming out, so we'll see what these Dark Templar do. 3 of them are being warped in, came from this pylon. They might be successful taking down this wall off, and the supply depots are down. If PainUser doesn't see this, these are going to walk right into his base without any trouble. They quickly assassinate those. That was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. PainUser not able to get the supply depots out, and 2 of them are inside. There is now a Dark Templar in the SCVs. This one was not scanned, I don't think, and they are now corralling these SCVs around, getting a ton of kills. There's the scan. Supply depots. Siege tanks taking out both of those. And there is still one more. He has just killed his supply depot, so a 3rd Dark Templar is now in. A Raven is inbound. It is half done, but all these SCVs are not working whatsoever. They are just running away, using the siege tanks as cover, laying down a new supply depot to block out this 4th reinforcing Dark Templar. So that's very well played there. This one not actually engaging, so really, really nice play by PainUser, delaying the damage of these Dark Templar. That Raven is almost out. Looks like the supply depot is going to go down, but that's probably the extent of the damage these Dark Templar are going to do. There is a Raven, and yes, the last of the Dark Templar are taken off, and PainUser able to get back to his game, but that was some serious damage. Now a 29/11 worker difference. The Protoss player has an expansion up and running, and things are looking very, very good for Mark. I wouldn't be surprised if he follows up with a lot of gateway units. He can just out-macro his opponent now, and things are really up to PainUser to try and put some pressure on. He is pressing out, though, a bit ambitious, especially given that his back door is currently open. He should probably close this. But he is trying to get back in the game, being shoved off by these stalkers. And if you see that, the Raven did go down from that, so he's now short a Raven and once again exposed to Dark Templar. And it looks like Mark recognizes this. He's already reproducing one more Dark Templar. A little bit money-starved, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see a few more of those. And this Dark Templar is going to move in. Siege tanks won't be able to see them. There is no missile turret going down. There is an engineering base, so he's planning for this, but he has no Raven, nor is he training one. Here comes another Dark Templar, and he's going to try and take out a supply depot. Does do a lot of damage, 45 damage, only 1 reduction, so 44 is tons, and he's going to need more than 2 SCVs to keep this repaired. This Dark Templar is winning, it looks like. He is indeed winning, but he quickly switches supply depots. A 3rd SCV coming to repair, but it's going to be a little bit too late. He's not repairing. I don't think he even sees this. He's not going to get there in time. The supply depot is going to go down, and this guy is going to get inside. The Dark Templar is once again loose. He's going to have to waste another scan. There it is. Loses another SCV. He's now behind 42-16, and I just noticed this, and I have to go back. Blink is being researched along with the Robo facility, so my initial assessment is finally coming true. He is going to be creating an observer in here, and with Blink, he's going to try and blink into this base. So a Protoss playing in a complete harassment strategy, but he can get away with pretty much anything at this point in time because he has 2 pretty much fully saturated expansions compared to PainUser's 18 workers. So he's looking pretty bad right now. Really needs to fend this off, or he is going to get taken out really quickly by some good Blink micro if Mark has that at his disposal. So warping in more stalkers. Looks like Blink is now complete, and we are getting an observer trained right as we speak. And still laying down more gateways, laying down a forge, so he's playing standard build, but planning to make another incursion into the Terran base using Blink. Another Raven is out. Looks like he's going to go harass or scout. Would be surprised if we see an auto turret. Yeah, we do. So auto turret now shooting at some probes, but looks like a far more dangerous attack is coming. That is a ton of stalkers about to warp in. That is 13 stalkers. They blink up, and only a few siege tanks and marines. They're firing as best they can, but it looks like these SCVs are going to be exposed, pulled off the line. Several stalkers have gone down to siege tank fire, and by several I mean 1. And looks like Mark is going to take this. Looks like PainUser is going to be eliminated from the round of 128 by a no-name Mark. And these some good dancing from the stalkers. They are being harassed by siege tanks, but looks like they can blink in. They have blinked in. They've taken out 1 siege tank, and they are suffering some terrible attrition to these SCVs, but they're just going to sit there. And nice blink again, focusing on the 2nd tank. A 3rd tank also going down, and PainUser calls the GG. Mark has unseated a pro. He's asking right now, is it best of 1? Yes, it is. PainUser, unfortunately, is beaten out early in this tournament by a apparent nobody, but not anymore. Mark has defeated PainUser. We do have an upset in this tournament. Mark will be advancing to the round of 64, best of 3, and he already has a pretty nice head on his wall. a nice trophy to move on to the next round. He has unseated a pro. Good for him. Maybe we will see him in the round of 16 for the big bucks. So sick burn from PainUser, but at least he is magnanimous in defeat. Well played by both players. And keep tuning in, guys, to IC Cup TV. Keep following this tournament progress. The round of 64 has already begun, so you can check that out on teamliquid.net, or keep tuning into IC Cup TV to get a bit of a delayed coverage of this tournament, but at least get to see the games, and they will be surprises. So keep tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.